We're today with Famous Andy's Dinner, who is going to make amazing things for us. Are you just getting it inky or you're stamping on it? Oh, look how cool.
I'm stamping with a rust stamp.
Love it. So these three are rust and peeled paint, and what was the other one?
The other one's a scratch
Scratch
stamp,
okay.
and it gives you this kind of effect on things.
Scratch stamp, I love that, and that was very popular with our design team.
Right.
They loved it. This is like just a piece of grunge board?
Yeah, just
kind
a bit
of
of,
idea.
not just cardboard,
Okay.
or chipboard, I think. you
Or
guys
whatever
call
it is. We just, I think you call it chipboard when you sell it, and just when you use it, it's just cardboard.
Right.
You can use cereal boxes or whatever you want to use.
I'm gonna use a bit of
The packaging
scratch
from
stamp
things.
as well.
So just getting everything going layered in black here. And you're using Stays On? Or
Memento.
Memento, okay.
This is just a really quick rust technique.
Awesome.
Can I ask questions?
You use what?
Can I ask questions? I don't want to
Ask questions, please, yes.
Yeah, go
Do
ahead.
you always use stamp with that with your fingers? Because I noticed that
Instead of
in
using a
videos
handle?
too, you don't use the acrylic
I always
handles.
do.
Yeah. Andy's a down and dirty type. He likes to get his fingers
Well,
dirty.
I originally started stamping on ceramics years ago,
Okay.
and so I was always having to, to get around a
Right,
vase or
right.
a mug, and I just got used to
Okay.
doing
Yeah.
it like that. Really.
It's awesome to be able to mimic the shape of your piece. You've done that too with the hands on yours.
It goes wrong sometimes, but
Yeah.
I absolutely. I'm also a graphic artist, and I love grunge.
yeah.
And so when I saw these stamps, I did a happy dance.
Oh,
These
yeah.
are awesome.
Oh, everyone on our team just was
Yeah.
It
loved
was
them.
trying to. If people just see them in the packet, it's how they're going to use them.
Right.
So
right.
I come with a few bits and pieces that kind of
I
show.
used to make so many of the things.
She made some beautiful jewelry with some of them, and
But a lot of the painted pieces, you don't know it's there until you see the instructions
Yeah.
because it's texture.
Yeah. So this colour is a fluid acrylic colour. It's called quinacridone gold,
yes, I love that word.
and for me, it's like liquid rust in a bottle.
Sure. And
And
this is DecoArt's fluid media, which we love, love, love at Stampendous.
so you can see instantly, because it's very translucent.
Beautiful.
It's getting this very cool
Very rusty.
rust effect. Yeah.
Awesome.
Heat that on the back plate.
I love the
Oh,
translucency
that's
of it.
awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun.
So the more black you stamp, the deeper and darker your rust would be.
Yes, I love it.
Or you can spray it with the spray misters as well.
Or you can make this into a mist in one of our spray bottles and spray rust to your heart's content.
So I think we're going to be demoing these at Creative Painting.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I need to be quiet.
It's okay. You're fine.
That is
No
awesome.
quiet necessary. It's just gorgeous. It's so rich and textured looking.
And you can layer other colors and get different effects.
You can. Payne's Grey is a brilliant colour with quinacridone gold. I'll show you in a minute how I do a thing called a dirty wash. Sounds terrible, but those two colours added together. So I've got some titanium buff here. I'm just going to add a little bit of Prussian blue. Probably too much, that is.
Ooh, those Prussians, man, they really knew how to do blue because it's so gorgeous.
It's more of a blue green.
I know, I love it. It's like a aquamarine navy blue kind of dark. Love it. I love it.
And you can see the strength of the pigment. It's just
Sure.
ridiculous. This is foam board.
On board.
Really?
Yes, love it. Love
Okay,
it.
so you can.
Is that what this is?
Yep. So I carved the heart out of it. So these are all foam board. You can die cut it, so you get real nice die cuts.
Nice die cuts. Yes, we'll film those nice die cuts.
And
And you
especially
just
for
do-
traveling, it's lightweight and
Now, do you use like a Sizzix die for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Sizzix will cut through foam core.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Are you kidding? Sizzix will cut through like solid wood. the steel wool ones, not the thin ones.
It's funny.
The fatter ones.
I need to go over it.
I was
fantastic.
I was using it for a workshop where we made a box frame out of foam board. Someone said, "Can you die cut that?" And I was like, "Don't think so." And I tried it, and bang. So,
Because I use an X-Acto knife.
Yeah.
So much easier with
But
a
so
die
long.
cutting.
Oh yeah. And I've bought all the like hot knives and all the other things too, and it's all like, yeah, no, just die cut it.
what is also good about the foam board is I had to bring 50 workshop kits.
Yes.
Very
And it's
light.
so light.
Yes.
Normally I have to pay for the extra.
From the UK here, yes.
Yes, lightweight is good. Sleep in anywhere, Karen. Ask questions, whatever.
Okay. Oh, Stampendous. I think I saw one of you guys online yesterday, and I was looking to start talking to you. But
He paints like I do. My hands look just like that when I'm done. I love it.
After demoing, I really tried to get all of him to just wouldn't.
we wouldn't accept you if your hands are clean.
Thank you.
No.
It's the spraying, so I mean, paint comes up quite easily.
Yes.
But when you're using the spraying, it's just
No one believes you're an artist if you don't have paint on your hands.
I really love the coverage that you're getting with that.
yeah. But because these are very high pigmented.
Yeah.
You know, you can add just a little drop into a white paint, and you get good opaque coverage. So you get the best of the translucency and the opaqueness. And I got blue all over my rust.
Well, so might as well add it everywhere, right?
You meant to do that.
This is my rusted
Yeah,
piece that
I
has
thought it
peeled
looked better
blue
like
paint
that.
on it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna.
the beginning of patina.
Or the end of a really good paint job that's now
Do you know
rusted
what? I'm
off.
gonna show you.
It just looks like metal.
Missing
It looks like a piece
Yeah.
of like an old car that's just like sitting there. I love it. Okay, so this is the DecoArt chalk paint, which we also love at Stampendous. Super awesome fun. Don't you have any? I'll have to get you some. Oh, you weren't part of our DecoArt thing? Oh, you must get in on that deal.
I want to try the glass ones as well.
Yeah.
It's lovely on the glass.
I love it. And I'm loving this little look. He's probably getting to that later.
We've got the
Fantastic, huh?
stamp ready.
Ready to go. Okay. Now, so some DecoArt white chalk paint.
You want to put on a flat. Normally at home I use a tile, like a glazed tile, the flattest little piece of glass.
You should try our creative palette. It makes a great palette.
Yes.
And it's washable.
Wonderful. Anything
Keep
you
forever.
do with your paper palette or a tile, you
Yeah.
can use the creative palette for it.
And it works fantastic. I think he has one. I've sent him like
Have
a bunch.
There you go.
I've sent
Oh,
them,
that's awesome.
I've sent them to his whole team.
That is, out of all your stamps,
That is my favorite too. And my son is just now getting into electronic building things with circuits and stuff, and he is going to love
Well,
that
I
stamp.
used it on that lamp, and then I used it in June.
I loved it on that lamp. It's part of the steampunk.
Okay, so let that just
Chips.
dry quickly. And we're going to stamp onto
I
here.
love the peeled paint. Oh. I
Do
know I
you
told him our
paint?
design team loved it.
Pam, do you paint?
Pam plays with paint.
Because I've seen
She can
some.
paint.
I did a really neat thing with his stamps with the.
That barn and the
Barn,
she
yeah,
did that
yeah.
one down there with the tree.
Just going to
Yeah,
stamp
that
the
was
cog
nice.
now. And the
I kinda-
steampunk dictionary set.
Words, I love the steampunk definition.
That's cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I got asked so many
But I wasn't
times
sure
what
if you had
steampunk
any-
I thought
No,
I'd
I
ask
haven't.
them.
This is the perfect thing to have.
Mom
Yes,
used to do
exactly. To have a little
Okay, but
definition.
you've never been a decorator. I wasn't sure.
I don't have the patience for it.
So, Andy, your background's ceramics. Is this correct?
Well, mixed media originally.
Okay.
Um,
And that's right.
and kind of oil painting and pastel. Then I started a ceramic workshop in London. It's kind of the place where you take kids to paint pottery, you know, paint your own type thing. But we did adult workshops and things like that. And I sold that a few years ago and got back into mixed media teaching. So went sort of full circle.
He's kind of the, ooh, that looks fun. I want to try that kind of guy. How can I spot that on something? I love all that stuff where you just get every different art supply and go to town. And this color is, what's great?
This is titanium buff.
Titanium buff. Okay.
How that is covering.
I know, I love it. I love it.
Golden does not do that. Did you help develop these paints?
Yeah. We tried to, I mean, everybody knows golden and their fluid acrylics. We tried to come up with a fluid acrylic that was comparable to theirs, but half the price. You know,
And you did it.
and they did it by, you know, we grind all our own pigments where most paint companies bring the pigment in and out of it. So you don't have to be too fussy with this.
Well, that is the one nice thing about the mixed media look. You don't have to be too fussy.
Yeah, yeah. When you're going grungy and for
Whatever
it
you
to
get
look
can
old.
look great.
No such thing as a mistake.
Nope, yeah. Although there's that blue paint on the Mustang. I love it.
Oh, but it's going to be covered up by the
It's going to be awesome. Yeah, I know.
But you do it on workshops, you get some people that may have they've stamped slightly off, and I'm like, don't worry about it, go with it. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're stamping on the little gears.
And those are wood
Look at those
cutouts?
little gears.
What? Sorry.
What are are these chipboard or what?
They're chipboard. Yeah, that's a company in England.
And now they look
Really
like
laser
metal
cuts.
because they're.
That's
I think it's an
really
American
neat.
company.
Is it like Tando Creative or something
That's
like
Tando,
that?
and that's one.
I love Tando. I just bought their little Christmas tree advent calendar to make Mark Gould's Dalek out of.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I'm totally copying his project. I love that. I love his work. It's fantastic. This is so fun, just layer on
He's
layer.
going to be
on
at
layer.
Stitches with us. We're going to have him doing the chalk paint again this year.
Wonderful. He's fantastic. I love him.
Okay, so this is a dirty wash. Okay, and it's around about 70% quinacridone gold, 30% Payne's grey, and I've mixed it with the ultra matte varnish to make a glaze.
Ooh.
I love the alternate varnish.
Yeah, that and I love the So Soft.
Debbie uses it over every layer, so you can wipe off the next layer if you don't like it. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Well, I was using just the matte varnish, but now since the media came out, they have ultra matte varnish, which you guys will like because when you photograph it, there's no shine.
Love it.
So you see where I've stenciled on here with titanium buff. To bring that down and make it look old, I've put a wash of this over it.
Okay.
So for instance on here, you know, instantly it just makes it look.
Yeah. Love it.
And it
Obviously.
dries quickly because you've added the alternate
Yeah.
medium to it.
Because the key to doing things like this is so they look like they've all aged at the same time. It's kind of.
So is this more like a glaze?
Yeah, so it's working more like a glaze. The two colours are very transparent anyway,
Yeah.
but if you were to put them on neat, it would just be overpowering. So that's just kind of.
How you doing, Terry?
Sometimes I go with just a little bit of neat quinacridone gold here and there on the corners. Then I'll add some scratches. I'll do this with ink again.
Well, old metal gets splashed all the time. That's, you know.
Did you paint your wire or was it just rusty wire?
Rusty wire. Yeah.
Oh, I love all the
my
layerings
second
back over the
favorite
top of
stamp.
the stamps. I take it you like this set, Debbie.
The two that I went ballistic for were the textures and the steampunk.
Okay.
I just love that peeled paint one.
Oh,
Because it really looks like peeled paint.
Yeah. Well, I can now create texture that I could only do in a computer before.
right.
So this is really cool.
That's the fantastic part.
Yeah, I would think the new Stampendous spoonful of rust would be really good in this project too.
The what?
Well,
The
he's having
spoonful
fun
of
making
rust?
paint rusts,
Yeah.
but yes.
Yes, it's just little sprinkle
Isn't
of
that
it.
awesome?
Yep.
You have instant age in there.
I know, I love that. I love that.
You see why I'm excited about this stamp?
Yeah.
Aren't
Looks
you
really
excited?
well over vintage.
You excited about that too?
photos.
Okay.
Okay, so for nail heads, you can stamp with a rust stamp, spray it, and then just punch out. I've painted over with a pinnacle in gold. If this punch works that they gave me.
It's good to have those punches with a
Buy
little
him a
catch.
new punch. Why need a new punch?
I didn't buy him that punch, so I don't.
No, DecoArt bought that one.
Your better one.
That's a great idea for the little. Look,
Yeah.
he's making little nails out of it. Can you see? This is fantastic.
So they would be them.
This is where we're going with this thing. Here, look how fantastic this is.
So many female designers out there just can't get what
Brushing
you get just
over
for
the
Right.
And I love this.
titanium
Good, I'm trying
buff.
to at the shows. I mean, I have so many rust techniques, you know, loads and loads, but these with the stamp, people that struggle doing it, you can see how instant it is. Just stamp it and paint the wrong colour. Thank you.
I love that you're taking something that people think is traditionally girly, the heart shape, and
I do, yeah, kind of add a lot of hearts in.
Making it very guily.
I know, and that's what's really cool is because women will be attracted to it.
yeah,
But guys are not going to run away from it. It just has that awesome masculinity.
yep.
I mean, I
would
could see making
normally
this for
glue
my
this
son.
with a decoupage glue, but
Right.
Yeah, I get old in the cart. He thinks I'm here.
Is there a DecoArt product that you like to use as an adhesive?
yeah, the matte decoupage glue.
The matte. Okay.
Yeah. So that way, if you've got any that oozes out, you can't see it.
It's just finish. Yeah, that's awesome.
And are those real nails?
He just made him.
No,
He just made him. He just punched him with a punch out of this.
okay.
You missed that part?
How'd you miss the nails? Punched nails. Love it. Nail heads.
What's coming in might be a little blunt.
Hello.
They look like real nails.
They do, don't they? They look like nails. He's all about the tricky. You should make like special effects for movies. That's what you should do.
Yeah. Okay. I'm watching the end of Skinner, so bye.
Or come and work as a decorator at Disneyland.
I
They
don't know
love that
about you, but
stuff.
aren't you bright? Oh, we're going to so be using this.
Oh, we are so doing this. He doesn't help me.
So I'm just going to take that dirty wash. Okay, that just takes the edges
Love it.
off the
Love it.
And ages it more.
And will that keep pretty well in the container with the lid? It'll like, you can keep it for
I
weeks
hope
or
so.
days
I
or...
made lead up for the workshop tomorrow.
Right.
So we'll have a pot.
Okay.
To wash, but yeah, it seems to keep well. That's probably about 3 weeks ago I made these up.
Okay, okay.
And there's quite a bit of air in there as well.
So don't make a ton at a time.
No.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like you need very much to
No.
really cover.
So the ink hasn't dried.
Oops, love that.
Okay, I have to do this gently.
Sponge it on there. That's unusual for Memento not to have dried. Awesome.
Is it because of the surface it's on that's not dry?
Might be.
Yeah, because I have. That's why.
Is that the chalk paint?
That's why I
No, that was titanium buff. That one.
Titanium buff. It's one of my favorite colors.
I just use it a lot more than white.
Yeah.
So even if we just got a little
Paint.
bit,
You could make
It's
a
with my color of choice for
Yes.
skin
and
too.
give it
Yeah.
to a guy as a customer.
For all the girl
See it as a different.
Not the guys in my life.
well, Terry's not exactly girly, really.
No, I'm not girly. I don't do girly.
She's like,
girly.
let me take this girly thing and twist it.
Actually,
You know it. You know it. You know it, girl.
I loved
And
our
it looks
Blossom
like it
Beauty
should
as a
be there.
vampire. That was classic.
I know, wasn't that fun?
So,
Yeah.
What's really cool about that? There is no mistake.
Who else would think of that? Oh,
Well,
I'm
you
gonna make
had-
her fancy. I hear
You
she's
stamped a
gone.
print that on here anyway, didn't you?
Yeah.
So wasn't you did it do it just to cover up
No, but
No,
it
no.
will kind of take your eye away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when the cog's on there as well.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we did send him some stamps, so he could do it. Hi, Tania.
Hey, how's it going?
That's good.
Hey, Debbie. Nice
That's basically
Mia.
Fantastic.
your technique.
And your hands are
I
cold.
love it.
Seen them in a couple years.
Love it, Jenny. Love the. Again, we'll show the finished product here out in the middle of the world with that heart on. This is our finished, beautiful Andy Skinner creation.